We all know Harley Quinn has become a huge popular icon in the comic book world, but I think this episode might be where her popularity was secured. And we're talking about Harlequinade right now. Hello friends, welcome back to the show. So glad to see you once again. And if you're new here, thank you for joining us. This is the show that you've been looking for. If you grew up on Batman the Animated Series, became a huge Batman fan today, then this is where we talk about each and every episode 25 years later. And today we're talking about Harlequinade, which originally aired on May 23rd, 1994. If you've ever been to a Comic-Con or researched cosplay or even walked into a comic book store in the last 10 years, you know that Harley Quinn is massively popular. And if you're old enough like me, you remember a time before Harley Quinn, a time when before the animated series had introduced her to the world. And I've often asked myself over the last couple of years, as she's really gained some popularity, how she became so popular. And I think this episode might have been the start of it, and we're going to talk all about that right after our 60-second rundown of the episode. Somewhere in an underground mobster hangout, they are bidding off this giant bomb, atomic bomb, and they start at 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. He goes, oh, this is just petty cash. And then Joker walks in and says, oh, I bid nothing. And because he has his own bomb, he takes off, there's another bomb, Joker bomb, Joker bomb. And then he threatens all of them. It turns out the bomb's fake, and he gets away. And then Batman and Commissioner Gordon is talking to Mayor Hill and goes, we should evacuate the city. He could destroy the whole city. And they go, oh, well, let's hold off. Mayor Hill says, no, let's not do that. And Batman goes, I'm not going to wait. He goes to find Harley Quinn at Arkham because she's the only one that knows what his plans would be, and he makes a deal with her that if she helps him, then he'll get her out of Arkham, but you can't double cross me. And she says okay. She takes him to Joker's last hideout, and they see the hyenas, and she changes her outfit, but Joker's not there, so they go to this other place where she double crosses them and knocks them out. But luckily Batman had told Robin to meet them there, and so Robin meets them there and gets them all out of there, and she goes, oh, I was just faking. And then he goes, why don't we talk to Mayor Hill, because we need to evacuate the city. And Harley Quinn starts laughing and says, oh, that's just like Joker to get Mayor Hill to agree to not evacuate the city. And he goes, oh, he must have to be with the Joker. So they go to Mayor Hill's mansion, sees Joker swimming, and then Harley Quinn once again double crosses them because she wants to be with Joker. And then as he's taking her away into the biplane to blow up the city, he sets a bomb for 10 minutes, and they start talking to Harley Quinn. He goes, oh, it's a shame that he wouldn't have had enough time to bail you out, or the hyenas, or anything else like that. And she goes, wait, were you really going to do that? And that's just enough time for them to fight and stop and be able to stop Joker from blowing it up. And then Harley Quinn and Joker have relationship problems.
Zero, zip, zilch, nada.
So we've seen several episodes with Harley Quinn, and she's been well introduced in the series, but has always been playing kind of a backseat supporting character. Even in the last episode, Trial, she was prevalent in there, but there wasn't a lot that she had to do with the story, but they started to establish a little bit of that she used to be a doctor at Arkham, and that's how she met Joker. And
when I was a doctor, I was always listening to other people's problems. Then I met Mr. J, who listened to me for a change and made everything fun.
And we also saw Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy teaming up, again showing a little bit more depth into Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship, but again, not really featuring Harley Quinn. This is the first episode that I really felt like was a Harley Quinn episode. I mean, obviously her name's in the title. She's really in charge of the story. She dictates where they go next, how they get there, what happens, when problems ensue, and when they don't, when she's helping Batman, when she's not. She's in charge of this episode.
Oh, the irony of it. The grim, stalwart Dark Knight and his greatest female adversary fighting together to save the city.
But aside from that, this episode is really pretty solid because I think there's some uncreative ways to use the Joker where he's just insane and does random things and Batman doesn't know what to do and they have this cat and mouse kind of game that they play. But this episode sets that up, but then introduces that Batman needs help understanding the psychosis of Joker and brings in Harley Quinn to help him.
We'll have to think like him or recruit someone who does.
As unpredictable as Joker is, nobody would know better what he would do if anybody could predict it than Harley Quinn. It shows Batman using unconventional methods to be able to stop Joker, who's an unconventional criminal. So I like that element to it.
So you want me to turn squealer on Mr. J? Ha! Sorry, B-Man. No deal.
I also like that there's a little tease in there when they're talking to Mayor Hill. You can see the purple sleeve and the white glove holding the phone. I think if you don't know that you're looking for it, you can easily miss this shot. And it's a nice tease to see that Joker is with Mayor Hill, but they don't exploit that until later in the episode.
You've seen how my puddin' keeps an eye on Gotham. What better way to tie up the cops than to tie up the mayor?
We also have a musical number right there in the middle of the episode.
A flat. I never knew that our romance had ended until you poisoned my food.
And I think that amplifies the aspects of Harley Quinn that make her fun and playful, like Joker, where he's never taking this seriously. She goes into this mobster's hideout, seemingly doesn't know that anybody's truly there, but is creative enough to figure out a way to get out of there by double-crossing Batman, and is still having fun with this even though she's being threatened to be killed. And so sings this little number.
Life used to be so placid. Won't you please put down that acid and say that we're sweethearts again?
And that's what makes her character so unique, is that she is so playful and so whimsical and funny and goofy and childish at times, but still is really pretty smart and is really a pretty strong character she's playing for herself. She is working the angles herself. I believe in this episode that from the moment that Batman comes in to Arkham and offers her a way of getting out of there, that she knows what she's going to do. She knows what the plan is and goes, okay, great, I'll play this game with you and use it to my benefit.
Ha! And here you thought I was just another bubble-headed blonde bimbo. Well, the joke's on you. I'm not even a real blonde.
And I do have to say, it is very refreshing to hear Joker say,
"Oh, no ransom this time, Hammy."
It could have been an easy thing to go, he's got a bomb, now he's going to hold the city for ransom and get all this money like we've done time and time again. But they took a different angle, and they kind of exploit that quality of Joker of just, no, I just want to blow up the city. And that's refreshing. I mean, blowing up the city isn't refreshing. It's actually very bad, but it's nice that he's not asking for money.
Instead of taking you, the cops, and the Batman down separately, I'm going to blast you all at once!
So I think it's this episode that really took Harley Quinn from just being a sidekick supporting character to her own character and kind of taken on a life of her own away from the Joker. We got to see her in Suicide Squad, the movie where, yeah, she's still in love with the Joker and is chasing after him in that, but is her own character. And I think that that's because of this episode.
You know, Bats, I got a crazy idea. Mr. J may not be the guy for me after all.
And it's interesting because when this episode came out, obviously there wasn't social media and there wasn't sharing and Twitter and I don't even think comic conventions were as big as they are now, and cosplaying and all those kinds of things. So it took a little while from the time that this episode came out until she really gained popularity by people starting to talk more about her and tweet and Instagram and Facebook and things like that. And I think that's what really took off this popularity, that people started seeing cosplayers and go, I want to cosplay as her. That's a great character that I want to imitate. It was kind of a delayed reaction, and it kind of makes me wonder what it was, what the feedback was that they got from fans to know, oh, this is actually a really popular character. People are really kind of digging Harley Quinn. Let's do more with her. I don't know how they did that. But in either case, it is my belief that this was her breakout episode.
Laugh this off, Puddin'!
So when it comes time to rank this episode, it's really solid. It's a great feature of Harley Quinn. It's a great story with the Joker. I'm very happy that they didn't use the motive of just wanting to get money. So there's a lot of great elements to this episode, on top of it being a great breakout episode for Harley Quinn. So for all those reasons, it fell at the number 31 spot of my favorite episodes. Just below The Man Who Killed Batman, because I kind of like those underdog stories, and the character of Sid the Squid is what makes that episode so great. But it does beat out House and Garden, because as unique as that episode is, it's still just a villain gets reformed episode. So I gotta know, what do you think is the source of Harley Quinn's popularity? Do you agree that it was this episode, but it just took a little bit for social media to catch up to it? Or was there something that happened more recently with Harley Quinn that really made her break out in her popularity? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more of these episodes, be sure to hit the subscribe and the little bell notification icon, because we have new episodes coming out every Tuesday and Thursday. And this Thursday, we have the episode Bane. So you're not going to want to miss that. As always, I'm Andy Knode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.